All right, what's going on, y'all? A little damn tongue tied. Excuse me. If you can hear me, let me know you can hear me, and we can get right on into this one. Um, I don't know if you anything like me, this one probably gonna upset you a little bit, because I've been preaching this for a while, and it's really gets sickening of how these things or how these events are turning out when they're dealing with these children. Okay, so if y'all can, let me know you can hear me. I shared it as much as I could. This was on. I just really just set this up so I don't expect too many people to come in. So but if y'all do, I greatly appreciate it. Okay. All right. Now that Al said she can hear me. All right, cool. Um, well, let's get ready to do it then. Let's get ready to do it. Okay, guys, I've said this time and time again. I told you as the years goes on and on, it seems like these stories and these crimes are getting worse, and not only that, the ages are getting younger and younger. Uh, it's getting younger and younger with these stories. Somebody say I'm low. Hello, 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 hello. I'm low. Hello. Is that loud enough? Hello, hello. I don't want to put it too close to my mouth. How about that? Is that better? Now, oh, okay, but not out. You said you can hear me just fine, but the other person said, "Mind your business." She said, okay, cool. All right." She said you can hear me now. I'd have told y'all, or maybe it's me. Maybe I'm talking low. I don't know. I just got out of work, so I apologize. I'm a little weary. The ages are getting younger. Okay, and the crime is getting more senseless. But we always say that it always starts at home. Okay, let me get into what I'm talking about. We have a boy right here that I'm going to talk about by the name of Noah Bush. His name is Noah Bush. He was 8 years old. Okay, 8 years old. Noah's no longer with us, of course, because he dead. I'm doing a story. But this is what happened though. A 10 and 11-year old, I'm going to repeat it again. A 10 and 11-year old killed this boy. They killed him by pushing him down a ditch or something, wherever it was that had water there. And from what I read, they held his head down in the water till he drowned. Okay? And what I also gathered from the story, from what I read, the people who's supposed to be around these 10 and 11 years old was covering up the story. Okay? And I'm like 10 and 11 years old. People question how can people this young do dirty stuff. I don't think age have a number to anybody being murdered. The age don't have a number, anything like that. It doesn't have a limit. If they got the mindset to do it, they got the mindset to do it. Now it's crazy that a 10 and 11-year-old will have this kind of mindset to want to kill. An 8-year-old at that. But never ask the question, what can a young person do to somebody? That question should never be asked because it can actually happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna stop talking right now. I'm gonna let y'all hear this because this is sad and I'm kind of pissed off about it because this is fucked up. All right, I'm gonna let y'all hear it.
South Georgia 8-year-old. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office says a 10 and an 11-year-old pushed Noah Bush into deep water in a construction pit where he drowned.
Today in Brunswick, Noah's family and attorneys met with the district attorney. Riley Phillips was there and she reports on the family's push for justice.
Noah's family and lawyers spent hours at the district attorney's office Wednesday morning going over all the evidence in this case. Both juveniles are facing several charges, including concealing the death of another. But the family says they are not satisfied. They want more people to be held accountable.
It's been a hard road.
An emotional day for the family of Noah Bush.
Until Noah receives his justice, there will be no peace.
His mother, Demise Bush, was joined by their lawyers from Davis Bozeman Johnson Law Wednesday after learning what happened to her son the night of May 15th. The investigation revealed Noah was with some friends that night. According to a release from the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, the friends pushed Noah into the deep part of the water in the construction pit.
It's just very hard to accept and understand why anyone would do this, especially children.
Noah's body was found about 11 hours later on May 16th. The sheriff's office initially did not suspect foul play in this case, but his family did not agree since Noah was afraid of water.
No mother should have to hire their own law firm. No mother should have to go and beat on neighbors' doors, walk the street, stand on corners.
Now the family wants everyone involved in Noah's death to be brought to justice.
I'm grateful for the arrests that were made today, but we still have a long road ahead of us.
To know that your neighbors participated in concealing that drowning for their own benefit is just something that this community can't tolerate.
The Wayne County Sheriff said in a release this is still an active investigation. They're currently enhancing surveillance video that will help them determine if anyone else will be charged in this case. The district attorney's office is also working to determine if charges can be brought against anyone else. In Jessup, Riley Phillips, First Coast News, on your side.
Remember how I told y'all that family don't want to make other family look bad, so they try to hide dirty secrets in the house, whether they raping children or stuff like that. They want to keep everything in the house, knowing that there's dark spirits in the house and people doing evil shit to each other in the house or to children or whatnot in the house. They want to keep it in the house because they feel like family members don't need to put family members in jail. And if the son or the daughter do something, they always want to get on the camera and try to make it seem like that it's not as bad as what it seemed. And again, I get it because these are your folks. They still look at us as their babies, and they're gonna try to cover up and make it less potent than what it is. All right. Now I agree with what they said. If the neighbors did know about this and they hid it, then that says a lot about their neighborhood. Matter of fact, it probably says a lot about how the neighbors really felt about their child. Okay, since everybody wants to say they care about children, and this go to show y'all now, everybody don't care about your children. If it's not their children, they don't give a damn. Okay, if it's not theirs, all right. Now, grateful to the mom and whoever all participated. They wanted answers because they knew they just didn't sound right that this young fella would just slip up and fall in the water like that. And this is why I say to y'all, if children come and tell you something, don't look it off and say because they children, they don't know what they talking about. A little investigation don't cost nothing. Amen. Investigating the situation don't cost anything. This lady and whoever that's with her investigated the situation and she got the answers that she needed. She knew something was up. Okay? She knew something was up. But again, though, this is shameful that a 10 and 11-year-old did this to an 8-year-old. But then again, should we really be surprised? Well, I done did a story with an 11 or 12-year-old went and stabbed a woman in her garage because they got into it. Went home, got a knife, and stabbed a woman who was mentally challenged, I believe. They went home, got a knife, and came back and stabbed a woman. Okay? So it's really not that hard to believe that these youngins will do this. Okay? But what we always say again, where does it start from? Home. Where does a 10 and 11-year-old get the mindset to go kill somebody? What had they been watching? What had they been hearing at home? What kind of people has been surrounding them for them to even think of something like this, to lure this young fella, 8 years old, to a spot where it said no trespassing, which I'm pretty much sure they knew what it meant. But they knew exactly where to lead him to and led him to the deep end and then did this to him. And for what? Who knows? All right? I just saw this story when I was leaving work, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. But it's true. This is happening. This is really happening. Nobody's watching their children anymore. I don't know why. A lot of people letting these children do what the hell they want to do. All right? And the parents are like they scared of these motherfuckers. I don't know why. I still say a good foot in the ass will get a lot of these children in check. But parents act like they too scared to do that now, or they act like they want to be more their buddy than anything. And that's where you fucking up at. Because when you act as if they your buddy, you know, when we friends, we don't tell friends a lot of time what to do. We treat them as friends. Friends get to say what they want to say. They get to do what they want to do. They get to go where they want to go because we had no say so. You know, they just our friends. We do not control them. And if you're treating a child like that, then that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go where they want to go, do what they want to do, down what you say, you know, because they feel like they're grown. If you are treating them as they're grown in that manner as a friend, then you cannot expect the child to respect you as a parent. Amen? Did I say something wrong? You cannot expect them to treat you as a parent. Okay? They're going to always go against what you tell them to because why? You have made the inner circle instead of, hey, I'm your parent, do as I say. You made the inner circle that, you know, hey, we friends. We going to be more than friends than I'm your mom. I'm going to be more your friend than your dad. And this is where the disrespect comes in. All right? And then you have to ask this question too. How far was this area from their home? And why was nobody paying attention to where they was at? 10 and 11 years old. When I was 10 and 11 years old, again, I couldn't go no further in the driveway. How the hell these 10 and 11-year-old go all the way down there to an area, depending on how far it was, to an area that said no trespassing, and by the look of it, it probably was a little ways from the house. How were they allowed to get out the house and go in that area where it said no trespassing at? Again, folks let them out the house and ain't saying shit. 80s baby, which I am, you go to the driveway. You go no further than the end of the driveway. You go anywhere further than the driveway, even an inch, I'm going to put my foot in your ass. That's how we grew up. Amen? That's how we grew up. I'm going to put my foot in your ass. If I didn't tell you go further than the driveway, don't you go further than the driveway. All right? If I tell you not to go further than the sidewalk, you better not go further than the sidewalk. And if you do, it's going to be me and you. Now, that's how I grew up. But again, we're in a different era right now. We are. Speaking of which, a couple of days ago, heading to work. I know down here school is out. I seen a group, about 3 boys and 1 female. At the time I left the house, it was 7:45 in the morning. I looked and said, what the fuck they doing out at 7:45 in the morning? Walking the streets. What they doing at 7:45 in the morning? Now one of them going to no job. Now one of them going to no boys club or nothing. Now one of them going to try for football or anything, not for what I saw. You got 3 to 4 boys and 1 girl walking the streets at 7:45 in the morning. What the hell going on at 7:45 in the morning that you walking the streets? Nothing productive. But what got me the most was when I saw that young girl with them. I'm like, what y'all finna go do? In my mind, I'm like, what y'all finna go run and train on this girl, son? What's she doing with y'all? What is going on here? 7:45 in the morning? What's going on at 7:45 in the morning for a young person who's still in school? Okay, 7:45 in the morning. School is out, 7:45 in the morning. They pride in the streets. Now, maybe they didn't do anything, but to me, they looked suspect, 7:45 in the morning, and this group of y'all walking down the street. Again, where the folks at? Now, around that time, maybe a lot of them probably at work. They probably don't know that they are going out the house that time in the morning, you know, or again, like I just said, maybe they just don't give a damn, as long as they don't bother them, you know, because some parents like that. As long as you don't bother me, I don't give a damn what you do. And I think that's a bad thing too. You know, because a lot of parents don't feel like being bothered. They just let your children walk out and do whatever the hell they want to do. All right? I cannot recall, unless I'm going to work or something, or I'm going to help somebody do something, leaving out the house at 7:45 in the morning, there was nothing out there. Not even other kids was outside at 7:45 in the morning. Not that I can recall. And if I did go out, my mom or grandma, anybody would stop me and be like, "Where you going outside this early for? Ain't nobody outside. Where the hell you going? Everybody still asleep. What you doing at 7:45 in the morning? You better get your ass back in the house. Ain't nobody here no 7:45 in the morning." So what am I missing here? What am I missing here? No, Miss D, they were walking. They weren't on no damn bikes. They was walking. What up, Chassie? They was walking. No bikes. All right, no bikes, no work uniforms, no football jerseys, no nothing. They was walking the streets at 7:45 in the morning. And like I said, again, it could be just harmless. They probably didn't do anything. But again, in the area that we in, you see children walking there early in the morning, usually that's a sign too that it's no good. They up to no good, okay? And like I said, what got me the most was that girl was with them. So my mindset was like, okay, y'all finna go fuck with somebody? Y'all finna go break in somebody's house? Y'all probably finna go rob somebody? Or y'all probably finna go do something with that girl? So you know how these girls is, at their young age, they get hot in the ass, and the boys getting them attention and feeling all on them stuff. They let them cut up. They let them cut up like that, So I'm thinking like that, And then by her being a girl, where your mama at? Where your dad at? They cool with you being around a crowd of boys like that? Where they at? Back when I was growing up, the girls could not be with the crowd of the boys, and the boys could not be in the crowd of the girls. The girls supposed to have their own thing, and the boys supposed to have their own thing. All right? It wasn't nothing that all of us gonna be joined together or proud in the streets like that. No, it wasn't happening like that. Everybody had their section off. The boys supposed to mind their business, and the girls supposed to mind their business. Because still, even though that was the 80s, you still had problems where people can come back and say you touched them inappropriately. And to keep that from happening, they had the boys separated from the girls. Amen? They had the boys separated from the girls. But damn, he around 2024. Shit, everybody's with everybody now. Everybody just with everybody now. How does that work? Everybody with everybody. And doing God knows what. So that was my biggest thing right there. She was with the boys. I said, that couldn't be my daughter. I would have told you, better get your ass back in this house. I can't tell them what they doing. Them ain't my children. You are my child. You are my daughter. You better get your ass up in this house. You get on up in this house. You got no reason being around them. Unless y'all finna go to work or something and you don't have a job. All right? So I don't see what you walking with them for. Okay? Come on up in this house. And then it's 7-something in the morning. You want to get out, you want to be busy about it, get in here, clean this house up. How about that? If you want to be busybody, get in here, clean this house up. Get in here and do your chores. Since you want to be a busybody. I give you some work to do since you want to do something. Clean the house up. All right? You say, was they walking to a school bus for a summer school or a Bible school? No, they wasn't. And no, they wasn't. Don't no school bus come down my street. They go down the main street because it's a school like right up the street. But don't no school buses come down my street. There was no, and this is summer school. This is summertime. They out of school right now. I think they go back next month sometime. I think they do, if I'm not mistaken. I think they go back next month. Don't no school buses come down my street. In particular, they go down the main street. All right? And around that time, usually when I pass the school bus is already up there. So no, they won't go into no school or Bible study. No. No, ma'am, they sure wasn't. I don't know what they was doing. I don't know what they was doing. I don't know what they was up to. I was just like, 7:45 in the morning. It ain't even 9 o'clock yet. It ain't even 9 o'clock yet. I would have even gave it a pass if it was 9 o'clock. I would have been like, okay, it's 9 o'clock. You got a few more hours to this afternoon, so I kind of understand that. But 7:45 in the morning, I don't know. I mean, but again, there's nothing in the law book that they can't be outside at 7:45 in the morning. There's nothing in the law that says that, but I don't know. They just hit my curiosity when I saw that. It did. Proud in the streets at 7:45 in the morning. All right. Early high school, sometimes I would leave early and walk to my friend's place and then walk with her to school. Now, that right there, we kind of used to do that too, but mark my words when I say this, school is out down here where I'm at. School is out. School is out. And there's nothing in this area that says they finna go do some kind of school work. Now, the only way I probably get this to pass, maybe somebody hired them to do some yard work, which that could have been a possibility. I don't know. Somebody probably hired them to do some yard work. Now, that could be possible. Possible it could be. But they didn't look like they was going to do no yard work either. Okay? I just thought they were just crazy. They were just crazy. Well, but anyway, I say that to connect that with this, what I'm talking about, how these youngins do what they want to do. They do when they want to do it, how they want to do it, where they want to do it, what time they want to do it. And it seems like they gives no fucks of who says who, what, when, where, and how. A 10 and 11-year-old in an area, no trespassing, and did this to an 8-year-old boy. That's sad and that's scary. But anyway, let's continue. Let's hear some more.
8-year-old boy who that now has been ruled a homicide, and 2 juveniles now charged in the case just had their first appearance in court. All of this comes nearly 2 months after investigators found 8-year-old Noah Bush's body not far from his home near Jessup, hours after he went missing. The WTOC team has been tackling this news all day long as the district attorney made the announcement, followed by the juvenile detention hearing. Lindsay Singer joining us now in the WTOC newsroom. Lindsay, we'll never forget the family saying from day one that they thought that there was no way their son would go into that water willingly.
Yeah, exactly. And to the family, there were always questions in the days following Noah's death. Too many stories just didn't add up to what they knew about their son. And because of the push and the gut feeling, now they're one step closer to getting justice for Noah.
This whole entire tragedy has been tough.
It's been 55 days of agony.
I just want to say thank you so much to the community. If it weren't for you standing by my side, helping me to continue on to push for justice, we wouldn't have gotten as far as we have.
And 55 days of the Wayne County community pleading for answer. A homicide ruling in the death that took 8-year-old Noah Bush, a ruling that the family says they knew from the very beginning.
The story they were told 55 days ago was that their son accidentally drowned. They knew that that was not true then. Today, we confirm the same.
An 11-year-old and a 10-year-old will now face charges in the death of Noah Bush. At a juvenile detention hearing in Jessup only hours after the district attorney announced the homicide ruling, the 2 children were charged with juvenile detention court with bonds set for $10,000 and $5,000. The names of the juveniles have not been released, and according to the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, Georgia state law does not allow names of juveniles to be released. In the initial report, the sheriff's office did say that there was no foul play suspected, but however, they were waiting on an autopsy. Wayne County Sheriff's Office sent WTOC this morning. They stated that they received the autopsy report on July 8th, and that confirmed the absence of an injury for his body consistent with a fight or use of a weapon. The medical examiner ruled the cause of death as drowning.
A fight or use of a weapon. This is a 10 and 11-year-old. A fight over use of a weapon.
According to the family lawyer, Noah walked away with 2 boys he knew, and they believe that turned into an argument that ended in tragedy.
He walked away with people he thought were friends and trustworthy.
The Wayne County Sheriff Office says that they are still investigating if any adults had knowledge or involvement, and say if they do find a reason to believe that, it will not take 55 days to make an arrest.
Wow, 10 and 11-year-old. But again, some people think that children that young or people that young cannot do dirty deeds. Well, you just heard it again that they can, and they could do more. Okay. Now, I don't know if an argument broke out or anything. Sound like to me this whole thing was just set up. They was mad at this boy about something. We don't know what this something is, but it sounded like it was a whole setup. All right. They meant to do this to him. Probably they meant to scare him, but the shit just went way left or whatnot. That would have sounded like to me, but I could be wrong, or maybe all this was just planned. Okay. Now, the question would be now, by them being so young and by them doing this, can they keep them? Are they going to be able to keep them, or is it not much they're going to be able to do with them? Okay. I don't know. But here's the thing. I guess now this is safe for children too. They say keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. That's what they say. And look what happened to this young fella right here. Look what happened to him. Okay? And the fact that you probably do got people who know exactly what happened and tried to hide it, that is shameful. Because I'm pretty much sure if it was their children, they would want nobody to hide it from them. They'll be demanding answers, just like this woman demanded answers for her child. And I'm glad that she did, and I'm glad she got the answer that she was looking for. That's why they say a lot of women intuitions are strong. And I do agree with that. A lot of y'all intuitions are strong. And especially if you really, really, really know your child, the intuition gonna kick in. And I'm glad that it did. As she found out this was no accident, this was done on purpose. Okay? So if you are the parents of this 10 and 11-year-old, my question would be, do you get mad at them for what they did? Or do you get mad at the fact that they learned this behavior from you? I'm going to ask that again. Do you get mad at them for what they did? Or do you get mad because they learned this behavior from you? Because again, a lot of stuff starts from home. It starts from home. Ten and 11 years old. 10 and 11 years old. Man, that's crazy. They're just crazy. So I will leave you with reading more details of what they saying that had happened. Hey, Ice Princess, how you doing, dear? They said this happened in Georgia, and this was posted a day ago. They say in a disturbing incident in Georgia, 2 young children have been arrested following the tragic death of 8-year-old Noah Bush, the young boy who drowned in a hole filled with water at a construction site. The fuck they doing at listen. A 10 and 11-year-old doing that. They at a construction site. How did they get there? How did they get there? Well, first of all, how far is it from the home? Second of all, how did they get there without nobody seeing them? Jesus Christ. This happened in May, and they said they reportedly pushed him into the water by one of the other children, leading to charges of involuntary manslaughter and other related crimes against the juvenile. The distressing series of events began on May the 15th, where Bush was reported missing by his family. It wasn't until 11 hours later that the search ended with the discovery of his body. Originally, local law enforcement did not suspect foul play, noting that Bush had removed his shoes and entered an area clearly marked with a no trespassing sign. Let me tell y'all something. No child that young is going to go to an area, unless he just really just mentally fucked up. And I'm saying in the sense like he's a runaway autism and really just don't understand the magnitude of what he's doing. That's the only way I can see this can happen. But even with that though, you know, I don't think they're going to do anything like that, because I don't know too many children with autism that even like water. Not that I'm aware of, but I could be wrong on that. But an 8-year-old, in my opinion, is not going to go in an area like that that's filled with water. Okay? They're not going to go nowhere like that unless it's an actual pool. Maybe. Hell, we talking about an age that, hell, your mom and dad got to fuss at you by getting in the tub. Okay? Amen? We talking about an age that your mom and dad got to fuss at you to get in the tub. All right? So they got to fuss at you to get in the tub. Why would they even go to an area that's a construction site that says no trespassing and going to take off his shoes and get in the water? They're just too absurd. Now, is it impossible? I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I don't believe it. I wouldn't believe that either. So the mom had the right to believe that this story didn't sound right, and especially in the area where he was found. All right? But let's continue. It goes on to say, however, the situation took a turn when autopsy results later confirmed that Bush's death was a homicide by drowning. Subsequent investigations by the sheriff's office revealed that the 11-year-old child accompanying Bush had pushed him into a deeper part of the hole, leading to his drowning. This revelation led to the arrest of 2 juveniles involved. The 11-year-old was charged with involuntary manslaughter, simple battery, concealing the death of another, and criminal trespass, with the 10-year-old faced charges of concealing the death and criminal trespass. Excuse me. Right now, I think it sounded like this was set up. This whole thing was a setup. That's what this was. It was a setup. They lured that boy down there. This was a setup. They was already mad at him about something. What was they mad at him about? Who knows? We are talking about 10 and 11. 10 and 11, I can understand them being petty about stuff. All right? Because they 10 and 11. So, yeah, a lot of stuff they are going to be petty about because they kids. All right? A lot of stuff an 8-year-old going to be petty about because they children. We did it when we were children. We got petty. You know, we got petty when we like the girl and kind of find out she likes somebody else, or vice versa with the girls. Y'all like the boy and kind of find the boy like somebody else. You know, you did petty stuff. All right? You did petty stuff, so it's understandable when you was around that age. But as you got older, depending on who you had around you, you was taught that, you know, hey, boys and girls come a dime a dozen. All right? And we knew at the age of 10, 8, or 11, what would get the person to come to you? It was candy. You couldn't fail with candy. Okay? You could lure anybody to you with candy, especially if it's their favorite candy. They'll be around you all damn day. When you was 10, 8 years old, stuff like that. You could lure a girl with candy. I don't know too much about the boys. If y'all could tell me if y'all were girls, did the boys come around you for candy? But I know with the boys, when it comes to the girls, if you had the girls' favorite candy, that's how you got their attention because it was their favorite candy, you know? But again, 10, 11, 8 years old, yes, they're going to be petty, all right? They're going to do petty stuff, okay? So, then it says the community has been deeply affected by Bush's death, with his family and local residents calling for justice and accountability. Reports from attorneys representing Bush's family suggest that the juvenile might have engaged in a deliberate act of holding Bush's head under the water. All right, holding his head under water. They may have engaged in holding his head under water. All right, Following the argument, according to reports, the 8-year-old victim knew both of the boys who now stand accused of his death and considered them trustworthy. Additionally, there are allegations that certain adults might have attempted to obstruct the investigation and conceal the crime, leading to further outrage and calls for broader accountability. The lawyers representing Bush's family said in a statement the adults who helped to conceal and obstruct the investigation and who instead of telling the truth became co-participants in this tragedy need to be held accountable. The adults involved lied. We won't stop until you're held accountable for your actions. All right. Georgia law states minimum age for criminal prosecution is 13 years old. So if you saying that to me, then it mean the 10-year-old and 11-year-old probably gonna end up walking or probably getting some kind of probation or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's cool to advocate for children to be in jail. I don't know. But however, though, I do stand with this statement. You know, if you want to be grown, then we're going to treat you like you're grown. You know, I got to stand with that. If you want to be grown, then you need to be treated like you're grown. Okay? These two did a grown person act. So they probably need to be treated like they're grown so they can see what happens when you try to be grown and the consequences you face when you do dirty deeds like this. Okay? Now, I don't know how many of y'all feel about it. Y'all may feel different about that or whatnot. But, hey, you know, we just have to see what happens to them, you know. So, but if Ms. D, you are correct, if that is correct, there's probably nothing going to happen to them. You know, they probably get a walk, probably get a probation period. They going to get to move on, you know, and possibly do this to another child that they angry with, you know. And I'm going to tell you something else, too. And I believe we have talked about this a couple of times over here in my show, too. I'm going to get on out of here. When we was growing up, when we were growing up, how many of y'all had people that would do this right here? When you alone with somebody, they treat you good as gold. But when they get around a crowd of people, they show out. How many of y'all had that happening growing up? When y'all alone one-on-one, they treat you like their best friend. But as soon as they get around other people, they start showing their ass. They start talking shit and they're doing all type of stuff. And it could play a part in this story as well. All right? They might have something a little up in there to do with this story. One-on-one, they your friend. But they get around a whole lot of bunch of people, they show out. Females used to do it with boys. Boys used to do it with females. All right? Now, if it's a boy and a female thing, they say usually when they do that, they mean they really do like you, but they got to put on a personality to make it seem like that. It's not that, you know, but really that means that they like you. But now if it's a male and a female, then it's just what it is, you know. Y'all cool to a certain extent, but they get around your other buddies and whatnot. They want to show their ass and start talking shit about you. How many of y'all probably had somebody did that to y'all? You know, and wasn't that the crazy shit that they people used to do? You know? And I think about that when I listen to this story as well. It's one of them situations playing a part. Or it could be this too, because this happened to my sister when she was a child. The boy probably was smarter than both of them. Let me explain. He probably was making good grades, report card good, and everything. While them two, they probably had fair grades. It was passable, but not good enough. But the young fella, 8 years old, grades probably was going out the roof. And the reason I'm saying that because when my sister, when she was a child in elementary school, she had a couple people that jumped her for that. She had good grades, And the other kids, I guess their grades wasn't so good. Not that he was failing, but he was borderline failing. But it was still passable. And they got upset with her. If I remember the story my mama told me, they got upset with her and jumped her because of that. All right? Hard as it is to understand that, for people in elementary school to do that, to jump somebody because they got good grades, but it happens. It happens. But why jump somebody when it's not their fault that you flunking? How is it that person's fault that you flunking, that you want to jump them? But again, it all goes back to where? It starts at home. It starts at home. So they could play a part up in this too. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. I don't know for sure. But it could be it too, man. You know, dude was smart, you know. He was getting all the praise. His grades was good. And, you know, their grades was fair, not failing, but it was fair, but not good as his. And they got jealous of him and did this to him, you know. But we don't know for sure. I guess this story is still developing in some sense, because they say the investigation is still going on. And I guess we will find out the true motive as to why they did this. You know, they said something about an argument. It may have been an argument, but just like y'all saying in the chat room, this sounds like a setup to me. It was set up all along. But why? It's the $1 million question. All right? Guys, y'all been good to me. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Hold on, let me see what y'all saying here before we get on out of here. They're going to go after the parents for what they child. Oh, yeah, I believe that too, because they believe the parents was hiding it. So they probably are. The ice preacher said, I'm old as dirt, but remember that kind of stuff when I was a kid. Yep. D said, bet one of the boys was jealous of him. That would have sounded like. That's what it sounded like. Ice preacher said, but things never went as far as they did today. Today's society is crazy. And you said my sister went through that too. Jesus Christ. These children are out of control, guys. These children are out of control. Anyway, guys, y'all take care of yourself. And guys, please teach your children better. I don't want this to be a story of one of y'all in the audience. Y'all should really letting these children do what the hell they want to do. And Lord knows, I hope y'all not letting them run around at 7-something in the morning and ain't doing shit. All right? I don't think they got no reason to be out at 7-something in the morning. Again, unless they fit to go do some work, or unless they in summer school, unless they in boys or girls club, anything. 7-something in the morning, they don't need to be outside. Or if they are outside, go no further than the porch. But even the porch though, what the fuck you out at 7-something in the morning for? I don't know. That's just my mindset. I don't know how y'all's are. Anyway, I'm out of y'all. Thank y'all. And hit that like button. Appreciate it.